scoreless. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. We're going to get a break here for an injury. Aaron Jones is in some discomfort down on the field. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The Vikings at 6-3 on the year, and they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw. McCarthy. And this one's incomplete. You look at the Saints defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Looking to throw. McCarthy. This one swung out here to Jones. Touchdown, Vikings! Aaron Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Carr going to lead the Saints up here first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They begin with a run by Miller. And was hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He was probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On play action, now Carr. He lets it go deep for Olave. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Yeah, look at this defense for the Vikings. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
29.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Play action. Now it's Carr. That is caught. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. He gets this complete to Shaheed. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Kendre Miller, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. A point after, good by Groupie. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Up the middle, Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
A nice performance last week. Recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has. But I also love the power when he ends his...
Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns. Jones hit and the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now this throw caught left side. Shifts by him. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, 78 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jamal Williams, 35 yards. And the Saints have moved out in front. Groupie able to add the PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout. An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction? Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And he loses the football a second time. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing now is Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens, because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Groupie for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake. McCarthy. That's down the field for Jefferson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At their own 19-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Second half begins with a run from Miller. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Hey, 734.
Here's Carr. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jonathan Bullard. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Here comes the Saints punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. And he slings one that's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
He'll buy some time right. Caught on the right side by Jones. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one, so you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip.
And got his man complete. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. They'll roll him out right. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one, a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop. They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Miller. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
93.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Well, a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on second down, McCarthy. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And my goodness, another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
2nd down and 8. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Little short pass here to Hill. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but
feeding that logic and make.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy drops it to Jones in the flat. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Touchdown! Jordan Addison, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. They'll run. It's Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
Down.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he loses the football a second time. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Down. 180. 180. We're good. We're good.
Option handoff here to Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. To throw is Carr. And going deep for Hill. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
694.
Carr to throw. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 75. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. The point after, good by Groupie. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way. Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything. Back to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40. Again, he'll drop to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Here's Groupie for the PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Saints 48, Vikings 24.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one. Certainly.